Hello viewers, welcome back to our channel. I am Kizia and my name is Chebi. And today, the topic of the day, it's interesting conversation. What do you call it? Co-parenting. Parenting. Yeah, we're going to talk about co-parenting. Yeah. What is co-parenting, first of all? Interesting. Co-parenting, for me, it's for those parents when you they separated and still they want to work it out for the kids. So you have to want to work. Yeah, you have to want to work out for you guys to cooperate. Meaning there are those who don't cooperate. They run away from responsibility. Right? They run. Kuna hii jina alikuwa amepewa, what do you call them? Deadbeat fathers and mothers actually. So it's very interesting. It's an interesting subject of which it's very common at this era to have a lot of cooperating. Yeah, people are. Single parents wako wengi sasa. Yeah, this era. Most women believe that being independent is the real deal. Do you think it's some men feel like they want to be on their own too? They don't want responsibilities. They run away from them. Yeah. But now we have to think of those children that we bring to this world, the kids we give birth to. We need to think about their mental status, If you just decide to separate and don't think of ways to help your kids to cope with it, it becomes difficult for these kids to also survive even in their future when they go to their dating period. Yeah. So parents have to agree. Yes, we are separating. Hata kama mmeseparate na vita, kiubaya, kivyovyote vile. Hawa watoto wakikuja wapo andika barua. They didn't write a letter, I want to be brought to this world. Sindio? The kids are innocent. They came as a gift from God. So, hakuna tena accident. Msemangi mtoto ni accident. Hakuna accident. Watu walitaka, wakapata watoto. So once they come, just think of a way of co-parenting together, helping each other with the bills, with the school fees, and with the taking care of the kids, talking to the kids, telling them why you guys separated, and telling them it is okay, what you've done is okay because of this and that. So that kids don't end up hating the other parent, Because it's tough for these kids. Yeah, it is tough. For us adults, we might separate and think it's something normal, but kwa hawa watoto, it affects them sana. Yeah, can imagine. It can affect them mentally, physically, and also spiritually and emotionally. Yeah. Like it drains them everywhere. Yeah. Hata kwa shule, the performance, kama walikuwa na perform high, goes performance inaenda chini. And that's why you get to hear watoto wakikuwa wakubwa, they have difficulties, they get difficult the relationship part here. Yeah. When they get to relationships also, if, for example, the father was violent and it led to the separation, you get most of the kids become violent. Kids copy our behaviors. Yeah. Even there's a certain kid who was asking her mother, Mom, you used to call my dad in. What happened? That is after separation. Wow. And the mother just laughed because she had nothing to tell this child. Yeah. So you see, they see how you treat each other. If you're quarreling, munagombana mbele ya watoto wanaona, munapigana mbele ya watoto wanaona, mukipendana mbele ya watoto pia wanaona. Yes. If you speak good words to them, they take them in, and it builds even their self-esteem. Right. So if you just separate and you go different ways, but mostly deadbeat fathers ndo wengi. Wababa wataki majukumu, siwaonei. About women. We have also women who run away from the responsibilities. Talk about it. Today your voice is very low. Is it? Very low. Yes. I don't know if you're becoming wise or what. I don't ain't you. Tell me now. What? Yeah, I was thinking it's only men. Now you tell me. Well, I think also women run away. They do run away from responsibilities. In kama kitambo, you'd hear deadbeat fathers doing it. Nowadays also we have mothers who are deadbeats. They don't have responsibilities. If you don't believe me, go to easy children homes.
rescue centers. Yeah, you get to see kids. Unasikia mama yake aliacha mtoto na babake, and the father doesn't know how to raise this kid, so they end up
in fact hata uko bara, the mothers even leave these kids in the bushes sometimes. They just take the babies. I think it is just depression. They take the kids and leave them in the bush or barabarani.
I prefer that than killing. Yeah.
But now today we are talking about
co-parenting. I have no I've never experienced it. I don't know if you're comfortable to talk about it.
Because you tell us.
Yeah. So viewers, tell us more. If you know much about it, how does it go? If you have ever experienced the co-parenting, how does it go? Is it easy for you? Is it hard for you? And what impact did it have, or it had on your kids? Did it affect them? Because I'm sure most kids get affected.
All the kids get affected. All that.
Yeah, they get
every child that their parent separates get that. Yeah.
And what does it take for you guys to sit down?
Well, like maybe for me, my mother and my father separated when we were very young kids. Tulikuwa wadogo sana. Wajua mimi ni firstborn.
Yeah.
It really affected us. At some point, I could run to the male friends of my mom male friends, and want to get that fatherly love, you know. Get to call them. I call them dad. I used to call them dad. Some of them even used to pay my rent when I was in campus. Ay, Baba Lena, by the way, thank you so much. God bless you. That man helped me when I was in campus. He used to pay my rent. He wasn't my father, remember. He was a father to my friends. And there's another one who was called Daniel. Daniel also used to give me pocket money. And even when I was hustling in Nairobi, some of them used to send me money. So when you don't explain to your kids what happened and you don't co-parent, you know, co-parenting is not only providing the financial needs, the emotional needs, like Kezia said. This child needs a father and a mother. So there are things that a mother would tell this child, and there are things only a father can tell this child ndio asikie, si ndio?
Yeah.
Kuna mambo mengine kama boy child. Kuna mambo mengine anahitaji babake amwelewe, si ndio? So like me, I think I was leaning on those friends, my mother's friends, for some advice. My mom was busy taking care of the four of us, and I tend to lean on those friends sana for advice, financial needs, because I didn't want to strain my mom sana. Hakukuwa na hiyo co-parenting. Yeah. So it's tough. It took me years to forgive my dad. Actually, I had to write him a letter, but he's dead. Yeah, but I had to write him a letter because I was very bitter.
Yeah.
Then one day I went for counseling. My counselor advised me to write him a letter of forgiveness. By the way, it's like I was venting. Ulifanya hii, ukafanya na hii, ukakosea mama ba. Do you know I grew up without a father? Do you know how much I hate you? But I forgive you. And I love you. Yeah, you know. And yeah, so let's not allow our kids to go through what I went through.
Yeah.
It's traumatizing.
It is traumatizing, and that's why we have generational. They don't want anything to do with kids.
Yeah, they're scared of the separation. I have a friend, for example. Yeah. He told me, mimi sitaki kuoa, nikuje kuachana na bibi yangu baadaye, tukuje kuacha watoto wateseke. What's the need? Si nitafute tu pesa niishi peke yangu. But again, mbona ukae peke yako na unaweza pata watoto wakufurahishe?
Yeah. So yeah, it is it's a very huge topic.
Yeah,
and yeah, very that needs
emotional,
and yeah, for the people who have gone through that.
Yeah,
I can imagine. Yeah, so I've never got to experience that because mine.
Thank God you've not.
Mine is kaput. So my mom was the only one raising me on her own.
But you don't have that urge of having a father besides you.
Yeah, of course.
You did.
Of course. of course, for my father to passed on when I was at the tender age, and I'd already bonded with him. So you can imagine how it was. So I grew up without a father figure. And although I really there was that urge of having a father figure in my life. I think I was going to accept everything.
I just accepted and moved on.
Yeah, because I used to see, my mom used to remind me, I am your mother and your father, and I am your father.
So you accepted it. It
I
was
accepted.
it was difficult.
Yeah.
It was hard for me because even dating was extremely hard. I could view men as deadbeat, heartbreak hotels. They call them nowadays. But yeah, they are. Hizo majina mingi mnaita wanaume. See, they are not those names, but that's what I saw in them.
Yeah.
My mom had to go to a point of talking to a friend of mine who is a male to just walk me through the steps of accepting that
The process.
yeah, I accept the process, and that not all men are bad, and there are men who can stay with their families and love their families.
Yeah.
So after that talk, I think I started dating. Nilikuwa na shida sana. Mimi hata nilikuwa naona mwanaume amekaribia anyone that I love. Yeah, shida. But no.
Oh, nice.
But then I'm dating. I didn't. There's a beauty in having a man in your life.
Yeah.
There is. But now they have to be responsible and not to be deadbeats.
I think right now, if things don't, I also say things start to work out, instead of killing each other,
You just leave.
just live and find a way to cooperate.
Yeah. But then when you start that relationship, have the notion of things will work out. When you get this partner, like we've always been saying in our podcast,
Yes.
if you choose wisely, just pray and God helps you. Unajua kuna watu wengine wanakuwaga wamejifungia, wamejivalia ngozi ya kondoo, kumbe ni mbwa mwitu, sio?
Yeah.
But kuna vile ukimwamini Mungu na uombe tu, anaweza kukupatia ile discernment spirit. Utakuwa tu unajua ni ngumu sana, lakini unaweza pata mtu ambaye mtakaa. Yani, I don't know.
I'd love to hear someone to
Tell us.
to tell us or share, or you can also give us a story, or kama hii topic imekushika sana, imekubamba, you can also join us and tell us. Come and tell us. Keshe would love to know how is it? How is co-parenting? How is it with you? Yeah. Yeah, it is very. I can imagine. It's not easy, but
I would love to know the part of a woman in co-parenting. If maybe she left these children with the husband, and the husband is raising them with another woman. Oh, but then how does this woman come in? Because mostly tunasemanga wanaume when they come in wanakusaidia kulipa fee, mahitaji ya mtoto, kuja kuona mtoto and all that. So how about women?
What is, I think it's a trend. If a man walks away, we'll tend to not to. You found me because single with no kids.
Not even like I'm asking, say for example mimi nimepata watoto 3 na mtu.
Yeah.
Nikamwacha na hao watoto nikaenda. Akapata mke mwingine wanalea watoto na yeye. And I want to co-parent with him. How do I do that?
Now I think that depends on the relationship part.
What do I bring in? What input do I bring in? For men, we say they bring financial input. What does a woman bring?
You can also bring financial input.
Okay.
Yeah.
And emotional support.
Yeah,
okay.
Because literally, you can imagine you as a mother, that bond wewe unashtoa hapo penye maji imefikia, it was got to start. Probably the kids have bitterness towards you.
Yeah.
So you have to work that out. You have to work twice extra hard to gain that trust again from the kids.
And how do you deal with the other spouse of your partner who's now staying with your kids? And for example, me staying with my kid and another man, then the father of my child comes in. Do we lay rules of when you're coming to see your child, when you bringing finances, how do you bring it?
Yeah.
Do you men accept your women to be helped with their exes who left them with kids? Or do you feel less of a man when
I think they help. The people should understand that a child is involved. And if there's cooperative, other time we move on and he has moved on, lazima, the guy will still be back for the sake of that kid. So I think they should have a talk, man to man.
Yeah, like
They sit down
like
and they
this
down.
This is what I can allow and this is what I cannot allow.
Yeah, you're coming to my house. She was your wife. She's not my wife. And this is that. Come at this time. Yeah.
But now men are too proud to allow that. They're too proud to allow that. Like if this man comes to see their child and you're living with this other man, they're like, I feel like insecurities, all that.
Very insecure.
Yeah, so co-parenting is also tough.
It is tough. It's very tough, especially in Africa. We cannot compare it with the Western countries. Those ones, they are ahead of us. They do not better. For us, for an African man will create so much like a chaos, drama, like
he will make it look like you want to go back to the same man.
Yeah,
and na ni vitu ziliisha kabisa,
Yeah.
So tell us.
Yeah, you tell us. How do you manage? There, how do you manage? And if you're in a relationship and you're also co-parenting with your partner and the other partner and you have a partner,
especially men, tell us how you cope with the other man bringing finances for this child you're raising that is not yours.
Yeah.
And how do you raise this child that is not yours? Do you give them the same affection that you give your kids? Or that is it reach up? Look at them and you're like,
they should not be
there will
not be a compromise on that.
Yeah.
Because you have to treat my child, treat her the same way
you're treating your child.
You're treating your child. There should be no compromise with that. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I will never agree. And if you're a mother who go injured and you're a single woman, I know how desperate it can get because you get married, you have to have a family, complete child for your kids. But again, consider that child that you brought in, and will they grow up hating you, having a bitter attitudes towards you? And so, and if you have to get in a relationship, make sure the guy values your kid. Yeah, first,
Okay.
before,
Even not only before you. I think you're saying before the other kid.
No,
I was waiting for that to blast you. You're so lucky. I'd love to hear from you guys. Mimi kwanza nangoja pati ya wanaume wale wana cooperate. Mtu niambie mwanaume mwingine akikuja kwa hiyo boma amekuja kuona mtoto wake na uko na mke wake. How do you react and how do you feel?
Yeah.
Do you allow them? Do you feel less of a man when they bring finances for you?
do you see he's secure when you see them standing wakiwa?
Yeah, do you feel like you're someone neglecting their duties and now that you're there, they're coming to pretend like they can do it? How do you feel? Tell us more. Well, I think for ladies it's easy.
It's not easy, ladies.
I think if the man I had is raising my child with another woman and I'm going to see my child,
It's not that.
I would not hate this woman. I would want to know how this woman treats my child. So I would want to be friendly so I get to know this person.
Yeah, you're saying you'll be funny, but if
Your enemies close.
that is jealous.
No.
That is not. I think you're being jealous. And to keep your enemies close.
No, but
Meaning, that is.
okay, not an enemy. Let's say I just keep her close.
Why?
So that she cannot mistreat my child, I need to give her that trust. Trust. I don't know, woman with your child is hard.
I know the guy.
Huh?
Do you trust the guy?
The guy who left me for this woman and is with my child and that woman.
Yeah.
No?
Now, would you trust your husband?
No.
Exactly. Would you trust your husband?
My ex-husband, you mean?
No, your current husband, for example.
That I have a husband and my child and we are raising a child from another woman.
No, he has a child
With another woman.
Yes.
And the woman comes to check up on this child or he goes. That's okay. I mean,
Well, you trust is 100%.
not 100%, but I would try. I give it a try. It's hard.
It's a try. Cool. So you can imagine you as a woman and one over to feel like
Well,
level of insecurity.
parenting ni ngumu.
Yeah. Hapo inafaa like the level of maturity.
But I think the ladies should be left with the kids all the time so that the father would be coming to see the kids. I don't ever want to leave my kids with the father and another woman and then I go check up on my kids. Go about my kids.
I know. For me,
No.
If you ask me, I think it's so right because the father will have the father will have kids, right?
So
With the other woman.
yes.
Those are step brothers or step sisters. So your son or your daughter has to bond with them.
I will take her there to go and bond, but not leave her there.
Why?
No.
Alaisi anaenda alafu atarudi.
Kwenda anaenda na arudi, lakini asiishi huko. Yani I'm talking in the case of wale wa mama wenye ni deadbeats sasa. Wale walienda wakaacha mabwana na watoto. Usifanye hivyo, tubaki na watoto wetu bana.
Nini wao wasiende na wao? Kwa nini mama ndo ambaki na?
I don't think I can bear the pain of another person going with my child. And
Why do women have to compromise everything? Why do we have to compromise?
I don't know about that.
Do you realize when men don't compromise their happiness for a woman?
I know.
And why should you compromise that happiness?
My kids are my kids, man.
That's the question.
Anyway,
But
that's me.
That time you want and full of compassion.
Excess
compassion.
Yes. I will. Let us know. Would you leave your kids with the father of your children? Mwache tu aishi na yeye na wewe mwanamke mwingine. Uende mahali pengine uanze maisha. Hey.
But there are women who do that.
They are. I know. They are.
Those women are very courageous. Women clap for it. We are very courageous.
Those women are courageous.
Courageous.
Hey. I hope you. I wonder how they sleep at night. I'm not hurting anyone.
Yeah. They are courageous.
Okay. I think that's
the
it.
science. Okay. So you can talk to us on LoveLaughLiveKE, YouTube LoveLaughLiveKE @gmail.com. LoveLaughLive on Facebook. Thank you for interacting with us. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the messages.
Yeah.
Thank you for the encouragements. We
Nangojea comments mingi sana kwa here. I want to hear those who feel the way I feel. Like I cannot leave him with my kids. Nah.
Does that make you angry or anxious?
I think I'm angry.
That makes you angry?
When I leave him with my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I be.
Is it?
Are
you angry or you are resentful?
I don't know all those things. None of them.
But I say I'm like that.
I will not sleep when my child is out there being taken care of by another woman. I know they are good women, but no. I've been raised by one mother. Oh, two. And Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Somebody like Elizabeth, I can.
Yeah? Yeah, that is different. Yeah, that is different.
There are good people out there anyways. But I'm healing. Don't worry. I'm healing.
Bye-bye.
Men been through a lot. Ciao.
Ciao.